Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over on the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
Hello. Today we're going to be working on my lavender brown quilt and talking about border blocks because I think they're really cool. Now these are the first ones that I did, and these are going to go... What?
The camera's frozen. When you put your hands down, it froze.
Oh, okay, can you fix it? Apparently the camera froze. Hold on.
The camera froze.
So you can't see what I'm yakking about.
No,
So
that kind of makes a difference.
a little bit. So hopefully that comes back. I look good
There we
though.
are. We're good live.
All right.
Here you go.
So these are going around the outside. Now what I had done, I wanted more of the lavender on it, so I took out a block, but then I realized when this stitches out, this is a key part of it. So I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna stitch one out for you guys today. So this will be the lavender, so it'll look like it fits right in. So if I was gonna put it here, the lavender, and then this part is brown and this part is lavender. So at the end, it'll be a wavy kind of ribbon of the brown. So that's what I've decided to do. I stitched some of it together. I love it. Here's the book, The Beautiful Blocks and Borders. And this is the one that I'm doing, this design. And it comes with like curvy and points, so you can pick. Now these are amazing designs. You get all the blocks and you get all of, I love this. Oh, it's a scalloped edge. Oh, I love it. Look at how pretty that is. All the blocks, everything you need to go with it. Look at that. See, all different sizes, all different everything. So it's mix and match. So what you can do, you get all these blocks, you can add your own designs to it or add theirs. So it's a beautiful way to end your quilt. So if you wanted something a little extra, this is what you do. So it's really cool. These are all the designs you get. I think it's amazing. So you pick the background, you add your design, put it together, match it to the blocks. However, we have Christmas ones, Christmas blocks
Christmas.
and borders, and you get a ton of them. Like it's amazing. Oh, the last page, beautiful blocks and borders. Yeah, I know. You get designs, you get the squares, the blocks, and the borders are even more incredible. So I could flip through this book all day. Look, you get free quilting in it, freehand quilting. Look at the Santa. Oh, they're so beautiful. There's so many designs in this pack. And the other thing I'd like to point out is you get different sizes of each design. This one is particularly beautiful, but you get different sizes. So you get a corner block and all the different sizes. But this is what I'm talking about. This is also part of it in each size that you're doing. So you can make it wavier. You can make it to fit into any design just around it. So I think it's really important, you know, if you want a little bit of extra. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? See, now there's only two blocks and 3 sashings in this one, and the rest is the border. And I think that's incredible.
Beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? Don't you love that? And then they get really beautiful. I've done the black one with the Christmas trees. Oh my goodness, look at that for a border. You could take anything in the middle and put that. But you get squares, different sizes. Look, this is awesome. One middle block and then all of the rest. Isn't that cool? So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys why you actually really want to use border blocks if you want, you know, a wow. Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? So you can see the border starts at the green and goes all the way down, and there's sashing, and all of this is in this book. So I think I saw Judy Quilt or Alicia mention that it's on sale for 50% off this one. So look, they show you how...
Put the code up already.
Okay, good, thank you. They show you how to put everything together. Look, it's amazing. And you get all of this in here, so just simple. And they show you what the pieces are for, just to make sure everything fits. And it's amazing. So these two are probably my most favorite collections, I think, because they go with everything and anything, and it's just like, wow. Snowman, poinsettias, this is gorgeous with the gold. Bells, more bells. This one is lovely with the holly. Christmas, more Santa, and the black and the green trees. That gets me.
It's kind of good that ANITA GOODESIGN has the sale on until the end of July.
July. Yeah, you're a little bit behind there,
off,
Don.
sorry.
I know. So that is why you want to add a border to your quilt. Before we get stitching, I want to share something absolutely awesome with you guys. It's a little heavy. This is a care package from Marilyn Rourke Patno, which I gotta tell you, she put a little card in there, which is sweet.
The camera froze when you bumped it again. Just because of, not even bump it, the vibration, I think. Seems to. It's weird. We can't have that.
Do. Come on.
Do.
Well, I'll stop. What are you gonna do when the machine turns on?
It was fine when the machine was on the floor.
Back up?
Move your hands.
I am.
No. It came up and then froze again.
Dawn.
Come on, desk camera.
We have to sing a song. We gotta have some music for the interlude. Looks like I'm in an action pose.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, Dawn says we're good. So, thank you, Marilyn. I'm just going to flip through some of the stuff quickly. This is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous fabric. And these are layer cake pieces of solid gold. Oh, I was like, yeah. So that's amazing. But look at some of these. So this is what, a half yard each?
That's what it looks like.
As a guess. So bees, we're not going to go through all of them. There's bees, they're gorgeous. Wow to this. Am I still on screen?
You're half on.
Well, can you see?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, because I don't want to bang the fabric again. Wood, more wood. I'm like, oh, yes. Look, stones,
I love that.
bricks. Oh, I'm like, bring it on for Saturday. More stones, smaller pebbles. Look, beach pebbles. I'm gonna have to fix this. Smaller scale pebbles. That's gonna look so good for my small town charm. So, and then there's trees. More stones and stuff. This is the stuff I have not been able to find. So I'm really happy. It's amazing. Look at the leaves, and there's camping. But hold on. Look here. Pine needles, grass with flowers, grass with more flowers. So thank you so much, Marilyn. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have a ton of fun with all this fabric because it's the stuff I've been looking for. So awesome. Awesome. So I think we better get started and let's get stitching this down. So over to the desk. I'm so excited about that fabric. The machine, yes. So I'm going to do just like the middle one with the ribbon. So it's basically starting again. And I'm gonna, as I'm going along, I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to mass produce it, basically. Because I think there's like 18 or 20 of them to do. So thank you, Marilyn, from all of us who also benefit. Yeah, I'm gonna have so much fun with that. Yeah, and perfect size pieces. I love it. And there was bees and sunflowers, so I bypassed it kind of quick because I could sit and look at that stuff all day. So I'm doing the 8x8 hoop. That's my favorite size for quilt blocks. I am using 2 colors, the lavender and the brown, and that's it. Couple of shades of brown I've used on the bunny blocks, but that's okay. Warm and natural batting, and the stabilizer is no-show mesh cutaway. I just find that it just makes a nice soft quilt. So we're starting off as normal. There's no biggie right here. And then we're going to do some applique.
Sarah says, Sue, you deserve lovely things.
Well, thank you. Fabric. I deserve fabric. So we're going to tell you guys our little Joann's story. Shall we, Dawn?
Sure.
It's kind of frustrating. So Joann's, I saw the announcement, it was a month and a half ago, in the group, and it said that Joann now ships internationally. So I went and I looked, and I almost killed over with the prices. They were so good. So I ordered, and then that evening I ordered more. And I got such a great deal. And I was so happy. I'm just going to trim it here while I'm telling you my Joann's story. So happy. Don was impressed. He's like, yeah, get everything you need because that will enable me to do a lot more stuff because it's inexpensive and I'm going to have some yardage. And then the packages started coming in. And how many would you guess there were, Don?
Oh, about a dozen.
No, more than that.
Well, at least a dozen.
Yeah. Every day there'd be 3 or 4. I mean, it was like Christmas all up in here. It was fantastic. But I'm like, all right, I think I need to start keeping track of it. So I kept everything out. No packing slips, nothing. So we had to measure everything to make sure we got the right amount, all that kind of stuff. I have a little bump here, but that's okay. We're going to start on the applique now. So that was okay. We weren't too worried about that. We're calculating it in, and I said to Dawn, we're missing a lot. The packages stopped coming in, and I'm like, we're missing a lot, Dawn, like a whole lot. So we went through everything, and it turns out there's 50 yards missing. 50 yards, which is at least $1 million in Canada. I don't know how much it would be. 50 yards at what, $20 a yard? So we phoned Joann's, and they're like, oh, okay, well, we don't deal with it. It's international. Oh, okay, who do we deal with? Don spent hours on the phone. He had to explain to everybody which ones we were missing, and, you know, he went through the whole routine. And they said, well, we can't do anything because we have a company that does our international orders. And Don's like, all right, after 2 hours, that's awesome. How can I get a hold of them? And they said, there's no phone number, but you can email them. So you emailed them, and nothing. They said everything's been delivered, and I'm like, well, it just really hasn't. there's 2 packages that we tracked, and it shipped out from wherever in the States, and then 2 hours later it was marked as shipped or received, delivered. So we're like, okay, obviously not. Can we go back to the desk, Don?
Yeah.
So obviously that's incorrect. So they said, okay, it's been delivered. And Don says, no, it hasn't. There's no possible way that it was delivered. No way. So back and forth, back and forth. One lady, he called again, like actual Joann's. She was pretty short with you, wasn't she? The manager? Don?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not hung up on you, but almost hung up on you. And, 6 weeks later, we still have yet to receive any help.
I'm playing email tag
Back to the machine, yeah. So 50 yards of fabric that they owe me. So I'm kind of sad about that, and I can't believe they won't do anything for us.
Well, they should be getting off their butts and shipping it, but we haven't heard anything back in the last few days.
Well, they're saying now that the packages that we had that were delivered the same day it was shipped, that they're stuck in customs. And I'm like, okay, what is it? Are they delivered or are they somewhere else? I don't think they're stuck in customs. I mean, I don't exactly
you can't
know,
tell
but
when it ships, delivered, and then ships again.
yeah, and then goes all over the place. So this is the brown ribbon in the middle. It's gonna look so good. I'm so excited about this. I thought I wanted to keep the border just a little more plain, but I think this is gonna look really good. Lovely contrast, keeping the same colors. So that's the Joann story, and that's why I have not been showing off my Joann fabric, because I'm kind of mad about it.
I'm still waiting for half.
50 yards. So half of the order didn't show up. Literally. So we'll keep fighting, but I don't know what. I just want my fabric. It'll last me forever, and I can make stuff.
I'm trying.
I know. Alright, back to the desk. We're going to trim this out. So we'll compare at the end, and you guys can let me know which border block way you like the best. Because I think this is going to be it. I like the other one, but to me, for some reason, it was just not quite what I wanted. It didn't hit me quite strong enough. Now, I really should trim it a smidgen better, but that's okay. Satin stitches. The stitches on this part are huge. Always remember to leave a seam allowance, guys. So when you're sewing your blocks together...
Somebody is asking where you found the blocks that are sitting next to the bunny.
Oh, they are ANITA GOODESIGN, of course. Quilted blocks. The design is called Drunkard's Path. So I think it's a whole... I put the link in one of the other videos. I'll have to revisit that. But it's beautiful, isn't it? Drunkard's Path, have a look. I think it's easy to find. Back to the machine, Don?
What's up?
See, I really like the contrast.
Susan Mee says, I love the undertones in the brown.
Yeah, it's nice. Dawn picked out that brown. It was hard to pick out a brown. Now, I wanted everything plain, because it's not, I don't know how to put it. It's not about the blocks. It's about the colors, so I wanted clear colors. But we thought that dark would look the best. And we're right. I may have to get a bigger piece, maybe, mayhap.
Fabric chicken.
More like seam chicken. Anything's possible in my world.
Better than fabric chicken.
I don't think any of it's good, Dawn. I'm just gonna fiddle around here. Boo, that's kind of close. I'll risk it. I think it'll be okay.
Victoria says thank you for the answer about the other blocks.
Yeah, it's a whole quilt set. And I like Drunkard's Path. I think that's one of my favorite designs. However, I have AccuQuilt, and I found out the hard way, I guess, it's really hard sewing curves. So it's better on the embroidery machine. I will work up to it, but not today. Hey, hey, watch your computer.
I am.
I happen to know there's very thick pieces that will stitch out. So just mind yourself.
I'll mind my man.
Little dance. All right, back to the desk for the last time.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you couldn't see that? Jeez, Dawn. It's just a little bit. Seam allowance, seam allowance. Don't forget your seam allowance. So, yeah, I'm slightly off, but there's big ribbons that are going to stitch through it, so I'm not too worried about it. I think all will be good. I am carefully making a mess, I think. Judy Quilt, it'll be okay, I promise. Just give me a sec. I will make it better. Whoop. If I don't slice my hand off.
Don't do that.
See, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So now for the decorations. I think this is gonna look great. So brown and brown. Okay, let's go. Most of it's brown, and then the lavender is gonna stitch out. It looks really good. The brown thread that I found, it's Madeira actually. I think it looks really good. Like it matches. I love it. So are there any more questions? Thank you for asking about the other blocks. You're welcome, Victoria. It's a really nice set, and there's a whole bunch of them. And when I see feathers, I just pretty much have to do it. Because feathers are awesome. And soon I'll be able to draw them better. Thank you to Alicia. That was close. I know, right? It was close, but I mean, let me show you where's the counterpart here. So you can see how I've changed it. Can you see that at all, Dawn? Or are you on another camera? Okay, so this is gonna cover up everything, so I'm not worried about it. And it's a nice size satin stitch, but I think with this extra color change in the middle, I think that is gonna be exactly what I want. Just kind of fancy, but not. Where can I get the books? What books? What books? Oh, the
border books.
yeah, it's all ANITA GOODESIGN, all of it. And what I'm doing is just mixing a couple of the design sets. So it is Animal Adventures for the Benny Bunny, and then Beautiful Blocks and Borders for the outside, and then Drunkard's Path quilt set.
It's a nice mix and match.
Nice mix and match. And I picked the same size, so my favorite size to do is 8x8, and they all come in all the sizes. So if you wanted to, not necessarily smaller, but there's 6x6, there's bigger too, I'm sure, but see, now I could have done that. I could have picked the big hoop
Yeah.
for Benny Bunny.
Well, that would have been cool too.
Yeah, but then I'd have to do quilt math, and no thank you.
Oh.
To make everything
Is
fit.
quilt math harder than like geometry and algebra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. I can't draw a diamond either.
I can, apparently.
It was hard.
I can, but not when they have to match.
Yeah. That's the thing with quilting, it all has to match. But it's easy to do the mix and match on ANITA GOODESIGN because they're all the same. So I just go through, it happens to be A size, and there we go. Easy. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm happier with this. But we'll compare it at the end. It's only going to take a few minutes to stitch out. However, the big stuff, the ribbon, I guess it is a bit of a long stitch out because it's a lot of stitches. So, oh, awesome. The moderators are finding it for everyone. Beautiful blocks and borders. I got the beautiful blocks and borders. I think I got it just after I was sick, and back then they only basically had like one option for it. So you pay a certain amount of money and you basically get the same amount of money in designs, and beautiful blocks and borders caught my attention, and I got it then. And then of course Christmas, you kind of got to have the Christmas one too. So I have no problem with them. I've used them a couple of times, and there's a wow factor. People go, "Oh my goodness!" When you see this one, you'll say that too, because it's awesome. Absolutely. Lynn, Arlen? Sarah says, "I love sewing along." Oh, Alicia, I love my quilter's calculator. Ooh. I don't want one. Lynn says, "I only have the stabilizer for mug rugs. Can I use the same for quilt blocks?" It is the same, Lynn. Not water-soluble stabilizer, but the cutaway. I'm pretty sure you have two types. And it's the same thing. It's the same. I buy a big roll of it, and it's the same stabilizer. So it's no-show mesh. And the one I use is from Johnny at, what's it called, Don? Super Punch, which I get off of Amazon because it's faster than Johnny can ship it. So we're happy with that. It's decent price, good quality. I've been using it for years. His thread is good too. Okay, so Dawn, now we're gonna do one color change. So this is the other thing. If you're gonna do this one anyways, I haven't really checked out the other ones. If you're gonna do this for a large quilt, there's not a ton of thread changes on this one. And they're, other than the four corners, the way I'm doing it, they're exactly the same. So I'm going to go to my AccuQuilt and I'm going to find pieces that fit, and then just cut out as many as I need. So I'll have like 3 piles and just go, go. So now we're putting the lavender on. So I got to count. I have it. So what I did was on my computer, I put all the blocks together to figure out how I wanted it to look. So the drunkard's path around the Benny Bunny and where I'm putting the other bunny blocks, and then I grouped them each. So, because it's not really for color or anything like that. And then I just turn them all green or red when they're done. So I know what blocks go where, and I know what blocks I've done. I also know how many blocks I need to do. So that saved me a lot of trouble, and I spent, you know, a couple of hours laying out the blocks and searching, and it took me a while to find the drunkard's path, but I'm so glad I did. So, yeah. I wonder if she's going up to table runners or placemats. Oh, I gotta look back. I was wondering what kind of stabilizers. Me? Me? Yeah, it's no-show mesh cutaway. I basically, for the most part, in general terms, I use the no-show mesh cutaway and the water-soluble stabilizers, both from Johnny on Amazon. Not Johnny. What is it again? Super Punch. Sue's tired. From Super Punch on Amazon. So, and he's in Quebec, and he's really nice. So we support him. Look at how beautiful that is. Ooh, I really think I like the ribbon in the middle better. It's okay to do as long as you have enough fabric and thread. It's okay to do a couple of test ones to see kind of what you'd think of it. I thought for sure I'd like the other one with just, you know, 2 parts in it. So all I did basically was eliminate the center brown, so I just had 2 appliques. The lavender on the top and the brown on the bottom. And I just thought that would look better, but I'm really certain that this is going to look better. So all we have here is the ribbon to stitch out, and it's quite thick, like I said. Quite thick indeed, so it's going to cover up everything. It also takes a few minutes to stitch out. And then after that, there's some diamonds in brown, and that's it. So that's how I'm gonna stitch the 20 of them I have, is just have a big pile of everything I need. And it's awesome. So, Super Punch is a brand of stabilizers. Yes, Super Punch, and he's on Amazon, and there's a lot of stuff he has. His thread, actually, the lilac thread, the lavender thread, sorry, that I'm using is also from Super Punch, his brand of threads, and it's quite good. Talking about Lynn. What is the name of the stabilizer you mentioned buying large rolls of? Yeah, Super Punch. And it's no-show mesh, although it might be a different name. But those are basically the only stabilizers I use. I do have tearaway, but I don't really use it. And cutaway, Dawn has really, really thick cutaway. I don't particularly use that either.
I have larger rolls of that than you do.
Well, yeah, you do production, such as it is. For sure. So, are there any other questions? Do you guys, while this is stitching, do you guys want to look at the Christmas blocks and borders? Because this is gonna, maybe Dawn could set up a split screen. We always like that. Maybe we can. Our Lynn is gonna do a quilt. Oh, you rock, girl. I am here to help you with that. Cindy King says, I was at an embroidery trade show over the weekend. One interesting thing I heard was an option for pine or tape when needing to hold down pins, or tape when holding down fabric like applique, was to use a piece tag. I've seen those. Yeah, the plastic tag gun. Yeah, there's ones made for quilters.
The dust can't vibrate like that.
Okay.
I understand you don't. You still want to do it.
I know. Well, okay on the beautiful blocks and borders. Yeah, Don is just setting it up. He's worried because the camera vibrates a little bit with the machine going, but I think it's okay. So you're gonna do a split screen, Don? He's just working on it. Just give him a second. That they say there's a price tag gun for quilters. Then if your needle goes over the little plastic pieces, it will not hurt your machine. I've seen that for sale, and I wasn't sure if I needed it, but it's, I think, a really good way to baste stuff together without using sprays and stuff. I think it would work really well. And yeah, if your machine goes over. Been working on the Hoffman one with pins, and I worry so much about that, but yeah, I think it would work really well. Good point, Cindy. Thanks for always checking out stuff at the trade shows for us. It's awesome. I had never heard of that, but it sounded like a good idea for sure. All right, we're going. So, beautiful blocks and borders. This one catches my attention, and the one I'm doing catches my attention. This one scares me because it's actually a scalloped edge, and I would just not want to finish it. Like, I'm not good at binding. I can't imagine binding something else. Look how pretty they look. So this is the start of the mix and match quilting. Aren't they beautiful? This is the one I did. Lynn has it up in her house. I gave it to her. This is so beautiful for a quilt. So this is the same one, Bubbles and Braids, it's called. So just so you know. They're really nice. Really nice. See, this one makes me nervous. Curved borders. This technique will give your quilt an entirely new look. And look at the waves. So see on this one here, if you're using the smaller one, it adds more waves into it. And I really like that. I really like that. Bonus designs. So lots of shapes. Square, rectangle, diamond, on point. Which is cool. Then they show you exactly how to put everything together. Theme, size, format, all of that. See, this looks spectacular. So this is how you set it up. And if you have the Perfect Embroidery Professional, there's an add-on where you can do this on your computer, and it's really cool. And then you can just figure out which ones you need. But this is awesome for setting up. So on point square, you got to take an on point corner and an on point side to finish it up. So if you don't know anything about putting quilts together, this is it. So this is, and you can mix them. So a diamond block matches a large rectangle. This is really cute. So that's a crazy quilt border. I could think of some fun things to do with that. I am try that one next time. So here we go. Basic 9 block quilt with a border. So border corner, large, large, large. This is basically how mine's going. A little bit different, but basic 4 blocks with sashing. So there's sashing too. This is really handy if you've never known how to put together a quilt. Put your hands up. Me, there's me. This is very helpful. I like that. So diamond corners, the diamond, how many borders you need, the sashing, and the cornerstones. This is really nice. So it's small blocks and bigger ones put together, and I love the look of this. I think it looks amazing. So yeah, this is a good idea. Print templates and put it together, and then you have a really good idea. So merging a design, so merging your design with the quilt block. And then of course they show you exactly how to put the sashing on and how to do the quilt block. So that's awesome. So cutting off the warm and natural, adding everything, it's awesome. Folding it back, I love this. I love this. So more, creating a fabric block. There we go. So just like a stitching one. Look, isn't this cool? Woo. Creating a curved block. Yep. Yep, did that one. That's for a corner piece. And they're reminding you left, right, and center to remember to keep your seam allowances going on. And then how to stitch it together. So really, it's the start to the finish of this, which is, oh, that one is so beautiful. Wow, with the bright green and the orange. So, that's awesome too. How many you need? Large, square, wide sashing. So for your yardage. Now look at this one. This is cool. It also tells you the size too. So if you want a twin quilt using 8x8, 9 columns, 12 rows, 108 blocks in total. So I think that's good quilting math, isn't it? It's awesome. So King tells you the size and everything you need. So bubbles and braids, that's what I'm doing. I just really like it. So
Quilt's asking, sorry, when does the back of the quilt go on? As you do each block or at the end?
I like to do it at the end. I like to do it at the end, and then you do a stitch in the ditch, and it's easier to bind it. However, you can do it whenever you want. If you want to put the back on it, then you just have to stitch the first step or the second step again to hold it on. That's more of a quilt as you go thing, and there's special ways of doing it. I like to do it just the way I have it here. See, the back is this right now. But I will be putting another piece of batting and then the background fabric on it and doing it that way, because I just find that a little bit easier, I guess. So hopefully that answers your question, Judy Quilt. If there's any more questions, just let me know.
Yep.
So see how pretty that is? I mean, it's awesome. So the little pointy ones are the curved ones, and you can make it really wavy this way. So bubbles and braids. Awesome. And here's the blocks, by the way, the blocks that go with those. So I love the circles, the bubbles, along with the feathers. Those are my two favorite things. They usually call them pebbles, but I guess bubbles is the same thing, right?
They're cute, I like them.
Yeah, for some reason it, I don't know, I think on my grandma's quilts or something like that I've seen them. And I just remember it as a kid, so I really like it. But if you notice, under bubbles and braids, here you have the sashing blocks, you have just the quilting blocks, there's cornerstones in every design, and more, different, more, and in all the sizes. And then here we go with more, so you can really put together interesting shapes on it. So a triangle with or without the small sashing, same thing. I mean, that's a lot. You could really put together your own quilt with this and put a few designs on it. It's awesome.
Connie just tuned in and asking why the piece you're doing right now does not have fabric for the seam lines.
It does. With that it's stitching?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. You probably just can't
Maybe
see it.
because it's short on the one side.
Yeah, I messed that up. That's okay. It's a little short for about 2 inches on there, but I know it'll go together quite nicely. And this is kind of a tester one. I want to decide which one I like better. But yeah, leave more seam allowance than that. 1/2 inch around, for sure it'll make a difference. So this is the crazy patchwork, which I picture it in like shades of purple or blue. I think they're actually really nice. So we know how to do patchwork, flip and fold, applique. These are all the border ones that you get, but it's really cool. Main, block, square, and the outside of it is patchwork.
I like that.
And of course some of the blocks are patchwork, so you know you can feel free to do a crazy, like I could do some of these if I need filler blocks just to go in, like I did with the Drunkard's Path. So you can always get the same size and put it in. These are stunning. Did you want something, Don, or you're just laughing at me?
I was laughing because Sarah J said seam allowance chicken.
I lost. No, I won. It worked, but I'm not all that impressed with myself, so. All of the sashing and middle blocks are all crazy quilting. That would look spectacular when you're done. What a great scrap buster that would be. Yeah, all of them.
I really like the look of it.
That is so cool, all of them. So you can have it with the sashing, which is crazy patchwork. Oh, that's nice. The quilting on it's probably hard for you guys to see. But they tell you the order to do it. That is cool. So the same thing. For some reason, this one is my second favorite one. The tulips, the red and the green, and the shapes here. It just always catches my attention. So corner pieces, different sizes, so you can get it curved or pointed, and I'm not really sure which one would look better. I do love the quilting stitches behind. So these are all the blocks that you get. Awesome. Sashing, awesome. All the same shapes in all the same sizes. Awesome. So this one's nice too. Ornamental scrolls. Very delicate work in here. This is cool. This is just one block flipped around. And I love this design on the sashing. See, now we get a close-up view. Oh, it has feathers too. See, that's simply beautiful. Wow. And then here's all the blocks. So literally you can make any number of quilts in any number of colors with just this set. Isn't that neat? So background quilting, sashing if you want, or if you don't want, there we go. Folds and scallops. Alright, I'm all for that. Oh, cool. So these are folded fabrics. I like it. Oh, that has a great look. I wish they used higher contrasting fabric, but what are you gonna do? Excuse me. Oh yeah, lots of folded fabric. These are beautiful. So I like that one too. Urban angles. Now that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, looking at them. Oh, I love it. Oh, hey, let's go back to the machine because we need to do a thread change, Don. So one thread change and then we are done, and then we can see how it looks. That was a fair amount of stitching going on.
Kind of was.
Kind of was. This won't be too long. What does it say? 2 or 3 minutes? Whoops. But I really enjoyed going through that book. The ideas are just like the possibilities are endless. for sure. Just so many ideas with it. And sashing and no sashing. Those are some amazing patterns. Yeah, I know. They're also cool with velvet. Variegated thread. You could change the whole thing by putting variegated thread. Can you imagine any one of these with Christmas variegated thread? Or, you know, shades of orange or red. Or you could just do so much. It's awesome. Great scrap buster, those crazy ones. I know, right? I know. I think a little bit of fabric would go a long way on it, and it would be kind of fun. What a spectacular quilt you would have at the end. You wouldn't even need to put anything in the blocks because it's so pretty. I love crazy patchwork or crazy quilt look. I have no idea why. I guess the history of it that I know about. Yeah. I think it's kind of neat. So.
Sarah's asking if you can go through the Christmas one too.
If you guys ever want to, we go back to the desk there, Dawn. Well, it's almost done stitching, but if you guys want me to go through and show you everything in this book, I would be very happy to do that with you. And we can set it up and watch and talk about it, and yeah, I would. Look at how much you get in this one. Oh, 10 design themes, so I love that. And all the shapes that you want. So, okay, let me know either in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group if you guys want a flip through of the Christmas one, especially while it's still on sale, right? And we pretty much finished this one. We were on scrolls and then folded, and then this one. We just have a little bit more to go on the stitching, and then we're going to look at it. And then we have the one I'm scared of. Happy music!
Yes, they want you to go through it.
Okay.
They
Well,
want to see it.
I think that would be nice. All right, we're still at the desk. Now, here it is. Now, let's compare it to the other one. And you can see how different that's going to look. So your eye is going to be looking at this ribbon, brown ribbon going through the whole thing in a wavy shape, where it doesn't show up as much on this one.
Yeah,
So,
I like that one better.
yeah, I really like that one better. The other thing that's cool is that I did the pebbles in brown, and then right here it looks like different fabric because there's no brown on it.
It kind of does.
Yeah, so it looks kind of neat. I always love doing stuff that looks more complicated than it is, right? So I'm going to stick with that one. I am going to do better with my seam allowances. I'm going to square this up, and I'm going to have to...
He likes the brown center better.
Likes the brown center. See, it's a tough call, isn't it? The way I would figure it out, I know it's hard. It's very hard. The way I'm gonna figure it out, I got everything falling everywhere, is I'm gonna do this. So what I thought, let me just pull everything over gently. What I thought is that it looked better with the lavender to lavender. Like, it, to me, it looks like this is all part of it, and then it switches, like you wouldn't be able to tell. Whereas that one is kind of final. I don't know.
I don't mean to interrupt again, but apparently Judy Quilt really wants to see the Christmas book live. She put it in there about a dozen times.
Okay, Judy Quilt, I'm happy to let you know. Maybe tomorrow we could do it. Or I could do it. I could just sit at my desk and do it. That's easy enough. All right, I will let you guys know. Yeah, I'd love to go through a book with you guys. I think I love to sit and look at them. So I would... Oh, God, they're so pretty. Yes. All right. Maybe tomorrow we can do that. So if you want to check it out, let me know. Maybe what?
I said maybe.
Maybe. Possibly. I'll give it a go. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks for... listening about the borders and blocks and helping me out with my lavender brown quilt. I love it. I'm so happy with it. It's going to be something else when it's finished, and I'm getting there. I just got to mass produce these blocks, and these are my favorite, I think. I love them. And she'll be happy, and then I'll move on to another thing. So I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, then Friday. And I'll leave the books right here, and we'll go through them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, everyone.